So today we're going to be opening up an old wound from when I first started this YouTube thing earlier this year, and that was my coverage on white South African immigrants, South Afrikaners, the Afrikaners, whatever you want to call them. So earlier this year, we at the very beginning of the massive deportation operation, the black bagging and the just showing up at workplaces, showing up at immigration courthouses, and deporting people who even had legal status, like just mass deporting everyone and anyone, mainly brown people. And then on top of this, we began allowing in white South Afrikaners from South Africa because our administration, Trump, J.D. Vance, and our shadow president, Elon Musk, although it's not really Elon Musk anymore, it's more Stephen Miller, in their hearts believe that there is a genocide going on, a white genocide going on in South Africa. I can confidently tell you that is bullshit. I'm not going to go through all the studies and reporting that we went on it. Yes, crime is high in South Africa. No, there's not a white genocide. No, there are not targeted killings of just white people, like endorsed by the government, and the government's not forcibly killing white people or seizing their land despite what the right wants you to believe. Now, there is, of course, a lot of context and stuff to that we don't have time to get into, quite frankly. But it was just quite insulting and quite telling when we are mass deporting immigrants from Afghanistan. Many of them actually helped us in our operations against, like the Taliban and all of our operations there. And we send them back to Afghanistan, citing the conditions have improved when the Taliban is in control. I don't know if you know much about the Taliban, but I wouldn't call that as conditions have improved. And then, of course, we have Haitian immigrants. That's a big one. Haiti is like not even a functional state right now. Like their government, I'm pretty sure, had to flee, and they are essentially like under gang control. Like even the UN like peacekeeping mission or whatever I think they're like withdrawing. And just all these other places which have arguably much more serious issues than South Africa, which by all intents and purposes, like, is a country that has a, for the most part, stable government. High crime, absolutely. I'm not denying that. But it's hard not to draw parallels here and, come to the conclusion that this is just racial policy, because we're making up all these things about like our Mexican immigrants or Haitian immigrants, saying that most of them are criminals, violent criminals, rapists, murderers, whatever, when every study and report in the world shows the exact opposite. But they used isolated cases of like, an undocumented immigrant committing a heinous crime, and they use that as an excuse to deport them all and justify that. I don't know how like people fall for that. So that's silly. Like, white people overwhelmingly, by just pure number and percentage, commit more mass shootings. Does that mean we need to deport all white people? Absolutely not. But the Republican Party doesn't know how to view people as individuals, and it's just, that's a whole nother thing. But anyways, we are reopening that wound because we got a memo that basically said, yeah, we are crushing our immigration. And by the way, come here the right way. Come here legally, bro. Like, yeah, what right way? What legal way? There is none. There isn't one. So drop that. So the U.S. will limit number of refugees to 7,500 and give priority to white South Africans. This is from The Guardian. The Trump administration is going to restrict the number of refugees it admits into the United States next year to the token level of just 7,500, and those spots will mostly be filled by white South Africans. The low number represents a dramatic drop after the U.S. previously allowed in hundreds of thousands of people fleeing war and persecution from around the world. The administration published the news on Thursday in a notice on the Federal Registry. No reason was given for the drop in numbers, which are a dramatic decrease from last year's ceiling set under the Biden administration of 125,000. And again, you might think 125,000, that is a lot of people coming here. But you got to remember that we are a very large country, and that these people coming here are in no way responsible for the actual issues that this country faces. They are not the reason why the number one cause of bankruptcy is medical debt. They are not the reason why the minimum wage has been at $7.25 an hour for like 20 years now. They are not the reason why college is so expensive. They are not the reason why the government is shut down, despite what Republicans want to say, like this nonsense that Democrats are trying to give free health care to illegals. It's all lie. It's all nonsense. And I need to make that clear to you. So, and every study and report shows time and time again that immigrants, both documented and undocumented, are a net positive for our country. And they commit less crime. They contribute to our workforce. They contribute to our tax system. Contribute to our culture. There is so much. Our country would not be where it is today without the immigration we've had. We are a nation of immigrants. The Associated Press previously reported that the administration was considering admitting as few as 7,500 refugees and mostly white South Africans. The government memo only said that the admission of the 7,500 refugees during the 2026 fiscal year was justified by humanitarian concerns or is otherwise in the national interest. The figure had previously been reported after documents about the plans were leaked. The announcement swiftly drew criticism from refugee organizations, with the International Refugee Assistance Project saying, "The determination makes it painfully clear that the Trump administration values politics over protection and white people over brown people." White immigrants over brown immigrants. You can't question that, considering how he treats immigrants from places like Haiti, Mexico, Venezuela, you name it, go down the list, Afghanistan, and like even Gaza, like Palestinians, a place where there is an actual genocide, white genocide. Get the fuck out of here. Like, try to like just hold up what's going on in Gaza or what's going on in Sudan, and try to tell me there is a white genocide going on in South Africa. Jesus Christ. Okay. By privileging Afrikaners while continuing to ban thousands of refugees who have already been vetted and approved, the administration is once again politicizing a humanitarian program. It is egregious to exclude refugees who completed years of rigorous security checks and are currently stuck in dangerous and precarious situations. Chris O'Mara Vinaraj, sorry, brother. I don't know how to pronounce that. CEO of the U.S.-based Global Refuge took issue with the ethics of the decision. Oh, it's a she. Shit. God damn it. I'm sorry. She. I didn't mean to assume. I didn't mean to pronounce the name wrong. Okay. She said the decision doesn't just lower the refugee admission ceiling, it lowers our moral standing. For more than 4 decades, the U.S. refugee program has been a lifeline for families fleeing war, persecution, and repression at a time of crisis in countries ranging from Afghanistan to Venezuela to Sudan and beyond. And concentrating the vast majority of admissions on one group undermines the program's purpose as well as its credibility. Aaron Reichlin Melnick, a senior fellow at the American Immigration Council, posted on X. He wrote, "Since the U.S. refugee program was created in 1980, it has admitted over 2 million people fleeing ethnic cleansing and other horrors. Now it will be used as a pathway for white immigration. What a downfall for a crown jewel of American international humanitarian programs." So yeah, like, how do you justify turning away all these other immigrants from places of actual genocide and political instability and actual governments that intend harm on their people? South Africa, very high crime rate, but there is no evidence that the government that is in control, the parties that control the lever, have any intention on targeting white people. In February, Trump signed an executive order to cut financial aid to South Africa after he accused its black-led government of unjust racial discrimination to white Afrikaners, a minority group who are descendants of Dutch and French colonial settlers, who also did an apartheid. But obviously that wouldn't warrant or justify any treatment to them now, but there isn't any specific harsh treatment being put towards them. Many of them are still very wealthy and still own like majority of the land in South Africa. The Trump administration has repeatedly claimed that the South African government is implementing anti-white policies through a new land expropriation law that allegedly targets Afrikaners' land. So far, there has been no use of that law. None. The South African government has pushed back, calling the claims false, as well as denying U.S. accusations that Afrikaners are being subjected to racially motivated violence in rural areas. Across South Africa, 72% of farms and agricultural holders are owned by white individuals who make up 7.3% of the population of the country. So 72% of essentially the land is owned by 7.3% of the population that is white. And these fucking assholes, these freaking, oh my God, dude, I hate white people sometimes, dude. I hate myself. You control majority of the land and wealth in South Africa, but here you are claiming that there's a genocide against you, just a few decades removed of you guys committing an apartheid and genocide against, oh my God, Jesus, man. It's just the white people victim complex thing is so exhausting. Thursday's announcement is not the first time Trump has slashed the refugee resettlement numbers. During his first term, in 2020, Trump set a limit of 15,000 refugees for the 2021 fiscal year. The previous year, in 2019, he had already reduced the limit to 18,000 for the 2020 fiscal year. Listen, man, you're either for immigration or you're not. You don't get to pick and choose like, oh, we don't want the people from Mexico. We don't want the people from Afghanistan, Gaza, Sudan, Venezuela. We don't want them, no matter what is going on in their country. In fact, we'll release official reports saying that the conditions in their countries have improved. Meanwhile, turn around and in reporting say that South Africa is the perfect definition, the context definition of white South Afrikaners, in South Africa are like the perfect definition of people who should have like refugee status. Something, I'm butchering that a bit, but like, come on, man, come on. It's so frustrating, and I hope this video kind of, when I say blow up, I mean like a couple thousand views. All right, I'm just a small guy here, so take that with a big grain of salt. But man, I hope this blows up again. I can't wait to have all the fucking white South Afrikaner freaking hogs come in and just play the victim game and be like, oh, we're being genocided. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have so much land. I have so much wealth. We control like 70% of the country and there's only like 7% of us and we're being treated so unfairly. Shut up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus. Algorithm, please push me out there. That was a fun time reading all those comments. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments, in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below, and if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.